So this morning I was at Hy-Vee, and right when I was checking out, right when the cash came out of the machine at the self checkout, this baby started crying. It was like right next to me at the other checkout, and then this other gang stalker lady came up as I was walking away and was like, "Oh, poor baby," or whatever. So it's just another baby that started crying, synchronized with me checking out again. So that's just really weird and disturbing how that happens all the time. Isn't that really disturbing and weird how there's always babies and children crying and screaming synchronized around me? I haven't really caught it on camera a bunch of times, but it does happen all the time. I've caught it on camera a few times, but it does happen a lot. Like, it's not like every day, I don't think, but it does happen a lot. So that happened today, and then on the way, and then like right after that, I started recording on Instagram, and then on that walk, I saw one of the chomos that I caught on Creepbusters gang stalking me again. So like I heard a baby crying synchronized right after I checked out, and then right after that I saw one of the chomos that I caught on Creepbusters gang stalking me again. So isn't that kind of sick? You know, like I've obviously been freaking out lately, and like I need to calm down. And like I've been on the internet too much and stuff, and I've just been like, just chaotic. I've just been whatever. And I think the full moon had something to do with it. But like I've just been going crazy. But stuff like that is kind of the reason why, is like stuff like that is happening. Like that's really weird, right? To have babies crying synchronized. Like what is going on? Why are they crying synchronized? Like I just check out at the self-checkout, and then right when the change comes out, like right when I'm grabbing the change, this baby starts crying at the checkout right next to me. And then this other gang stalker lady walks up to the baby and she's like, "Oh, little baby." It's just weird. Like, do the parents know too? Like they got to, right? Like I think, and like they're usually gang stalking me, so they got to know that the baby is crying synchronized. So why is the baby crying synchronized? Is my question. What is making the baby cry synchronized? Because there's always babies and children crying and screaming synchronized. So what is happening? Why? What is making them do this? Close my mouth? No. Um, there goes a white van and a tail lift. Oh. What's making babies cry synchronized? And why? And how is this okay? Um, I was just thinking today too, like, I always see people in groups, like, gang stalking me, and I think, like, what if one of the people in the group isn't a gang stalker? You know, or like, TIs, like, all our family members are gang stalkers, right? So, like, what if we're just, like, out with our family and they're gang stalking someone else, but we're in the group that is gang stalking them? Or, like, there's just regular people in the group of gang stalkers and they don't even know that they're walking by a TI synchronized. I think most of the time when you see a group of people like that, most of them are gang stalkers probably, but I'm just saying though. There's a bunch of black cars driving out, and this one just spun around the parking lot for no reason. Damn, there's a whole parade of black cars and a silver car and a white car. There's like 6 black cars or something like that. They'll just drive a bunch of black cars all out at once. Like, it's a black car parade. And this one just drove through the parking lot, turned around, and then drove back the other way. And then I think he just drove out of the parking lot again. Oh, and then another thing I was gonna say is lately when I've been recording, like the last few videos, they've been like toning it down a little bit. They've been like more low key about it. Like sometimes they'll just turn it down a notch. But then when I'm not recording, they're not like that. They're like, there's more of them. And they're doing more obvious things. But then when I start recording, just the last few days or whatever, but like the daytime videos are always like there's moments like today where I pulled up to the intersection. It was 3 white cars and a cop car and a 1 headlight with the 84 license plate. So they'll still do things every once in a while throughout the video, but like they'll do more low-key things. Like they'll do things that are like hard to record. Like they had a telelift in front of me and there was a white car over to the left of me, like behind me, going through the intersection at the same time. And like I swear to God, they were syncing up with each other. But like they'll do things where it's like you have to turn your camera all the way around and it's like hard to catch it. Or like they'll do things way in the distance or whatever. But like the last few days, they've just been doing things like that, like more low key or like things that are harder to catch on camera. Or things that are just like really subtle, like they'll just like move slightly or whatever. But like, you know, the majority of my videos though, they're doing really obvious things the entire video. But then like some days they'll just, or some, you know, part of the day or whatever, they'll just tone it down. You know, they just turn it down and up, and then they'll ramp it all the way up, and like, and they'll switch up, do different things, and then they'll have, you know, one day it'll be all black cars for the most part, or all blue cars or whatever. I don't know. They're just weird. That's all I can really say is they're just weird and they're sporadic and random. For me, like they just, it's like something different every day. Like, you know, like there's things that are the same every day, like white cars, but they're also doing like different things like every day, or like every time I go outside it'll be something different. Like I'll go outside in the morning and it'll be red cars, and then I'll go outside later on in the day and it'll be silver cars or whatever. Like it'll be like the main theme will be silver cars, but there'll still be other color cars. And then I've been recording some out my apartment window. Like I'm not gonna upload it yet until I move out of here, but there's this guy with a flashlight and there's a car driving out at the same time the other night. And yesterday I was looking out my apartment window and they just kept flying birds over my window with with gang stalker cars coming around corners. Like it just kept happening over and over. Or like birds would come fly directly over my window as I'm standing there looking out of the window. And birds will come and fly directly over me, and right as they fly over me, there's a car driving out on the street. And then it's syncing up with other cars and whatever. And it just kept happening like 10 times. Or a bird will fly by the corner of the building, and right as it flies by the corner of the building, like in between me and the building, right as it's flying in front of the corner of the building from my perspective, a car will drive around the corner of the building from my perspective, and then it'll sync up with other cars driving around the corner of the building from my perspective. Just does. And there's white cars syncing up, and they're syncing up. They're out there syncing up. Then last night they were making noises where there's just people outside going like, woo! And then like just yelling random things. I don't know if they were saying things like directed conversation, but I couldn't hear what they were saying though if they were, but they're just like yelling things out there. And they just kept doing it over and over, different synchronized times. And then there was a siren, and then there was I think a car alarm or something. Or no, it was a motorcycle. It was just like a bunch of sounds out there for like half hour straight or something. Just like nonstop. Like they just kept going woo and just like yelling things. And then there was a motorcycle and there was a siren and there was there's like slamming noises out there and shit. And just like one after the other after the other. And then it was quiet for a while after that. Like it was just all these sounds going off for like a half hour straight, and then it was just quiet after that. My refrigerator just turned off right now, right as I'm walking up to this doorway in my apartment. My refrigerator turned off right now. Just did. I don't know. That's just my thoughts right now. the There's the one video I did today where there was dogs running out by themselves, and I caught that on camera. I don't think I've ever actually caught that on camera before, but I've seen it before. So I caught that on camera today where there's just two dogs running out by themselves, and then right when they walk around the corner, there's the van that I always see. It's like that car and a black car at the same time. And then the lady walks out in front of me right when I get to the end of the alley, and she was whistling right when she was whistling for the dog right when there was a white car driving in front of me. And then she's walking behind me right when I get across the street again. And then there was a one headlight white SUV right after that. Just all coincidentally, you know? Just all coincidentally. All of it. Just everything that happens is just coincidental. Everything. You know, like I think some of it might be coincidental. Some of it is possibly coincidental. Perhaps. But all of it, definitely not all of it.